The next gentleman I'm going to introduce, he had no competition. You all know him. You love him. You understand his commitment. He lives being conservative every day. I want to welcome whom I think is probably the guy that won it by acclamation, our Vice President of Policy and Governance, Mr. Ray Strom, everybody. You know the thing when you ask Ray a question? You can make the question as long as you want. And Ray will stop and he will pause for all the time it takes for him to gather his thoughts.
I just want to start by saying thank you so much to each and every one of you. I'm in my tribe. I can't tell you what a pleasure it's been serving on the Party Policy and Governance Committee, some of whom we have here tonight. But basically, it has given opportunity to interact with so many individual members, and I place a strong emphasis on the importance of individuals in our UCP party. It's absolutely critical, and the level of engagement that I've seen over the last 2 to 3 years is absolutely remarkable. I'm absolutely thrilled with how people have stepped up to the plate. People that you would have assumed simply didn't have, at least in themselves, they didn't think they had anything to offer. It is absolutely critically important, in my view, that individuals like all of you, myself included, step up to the plate when we're basically conscripted to do what I think we're called to do. It's also important to understand how we work together. And for me, the unity of the party is something that potentially I think needs some work. We all understand that. We're very individualistic in our thinking, and that's good, but sometimes it leads to conflict. I see the way out of this is to make a decision as individuals to move forward in spite of our differences. Find our commonalities. And to me, party policy is finding those commonalities. I can't tell you what a thrill it was for me last year to sit at the front of that crowd and watch as we voted, as seas of green kept showing up. Now those of you at the back saw seas of red. The green was absolutely remarkable and absolutely thrilling to see. The result of that is what we're going to be hearing about a little bit later tonight. And for us on the PPGC, Al, shepherding things through, making it possible for individuals to see their ideas flourish, grow, and actually come to fruition, not at the AGM, but on the legislative floor. That's where it really pays dividends. And considering that this started out basically with a group of 4 people, understand that it's encouraging to see that process work. To me, that's democracy. And we can stand to see more of that, not less of that. So thank you everybody for your support. I can't tell you how encouraging it is to have a chance to chat with each one of you over whatever meetings that we attend in common. It's just very enjoyable for me, and I hope it's enjoyable for you. So thank you.
So Ray, last year, Ray has made policy sexy. Last year, I think there was some 10,000 hours that people volunteered to write the policies at last year's AGM. How many were actually submitted for ranking by members last year?
The number that came to ranking were somewhere around a little over 100, I think, and about 25, somewhere 130, something like that.
And there was like 300 or 400 policies that were put forward and then got to the ranking process.
Yeah.
This year, how many policies were put forward?
We had an excess of 300 or 840.
It's an incredible number, right?
So part of that was the process that the PPGC initiated, Party Policy and Governance Committee, initiated to make it easier for you as individual members to submit materials. Many people complained for a long time that they felt they had no input into the party. That process that we initiated allowed for that kind of input. And I can tell you that on several occasions I got feedback from numbers of members who stated, this is how democracy should work.
It's incredible. I think there's a correlation between the level of interest in our party and the number of people who submit policies and the number of people who are coming to the AGM. Because people want to vote on those policies for which they were engaged with. It's like the ultimate pre-legislative experience for the member is to work in groups to form policy. It's part of membership, I think. When you look at how all of the various parts of the board work together, party policy, you've got membership, you've got fundraising, these are all part of having a level of interest and engagement that's relevant. And I think on behalf of everybody, we thank you and your committee for making policy relevant and for making the members and standing for members to be heard. So thank you so much, Ray. Big round of applause, Ray Strom, everybody. Thank you all.